So here's why I think that some criminals that didn't commit murder shall still not be released, and their sentence shall also come with a potential of perpetuity. So what we see today in the world, in a lot of countries, is that judges think that if a criminal doesn't commit murder, let's say that they rape some woman, for example, they think that it could be like worth a certain amount of years, and then they should be released. Here's the problem with that, is that I think that they are too focused on the fact that those criminals didn't commit murder, instead of focusing on the effect that those criminals had on their victims, what they caused in the world. And the risk of releasing those criminals, because sometimes there's some serious evidence that they are going to commit crimes again if they're released. So that's a big problem. So in the case of some criminals raping some woman, well, some of those women are still traumatized to this day. Those criminals completely changed the course of their lives. Who knows what they might have been if they hadn't been raped, for example. They probably will have been much more useful for society. And yet, rapists are constantly released. And in a lot of cases, they do it again. And judges really don't seem to understand. So it's very important to think about the alternative. Like I said, what could happen if we released some of those criminals? And studying the effect that they had on a lot of women can definitely help us to take that more seriously. So what I'm suggesting here is that, like I said, some criminals that didn't commit murder should receive a certain amount of years with a potential of perpetuity. So after the end of their sentence, they will be evaluated by some psychiatrists to see if they should be released or not. Of course, this kind of system, a lot more people will be jailed for a lot longer. And some of those people may, like I said, may even be jailed for perpetuity. So, of course, this is something that will cost a lot more money. And we probably even have to build a lot more prisons, depending on the country. And again, this will probably, at some point, lead to all of those prisons being at maximum capacity. So if that happens in some countries, it is assumed that capital punishment will have to be used there. That some criminals, depending on what they did, will have to be selected to be executed. That's just the way it is. But I think that this is probably not something that will happen in all countries, of course. And that it's very important to experiment. And that what is currently going on doesn't make any sense. Okay. I think that especially rape is not taken seriously enough, and that a lot of reforms will have to happen in the future. So thanks for watching, and see you in another video.